Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Attorney Phoenix Wright Trilogy, Justice for All. Last we left off, we learned quite a few things. First of all, the whole psyche lock thing, that's a new thing that I think is gonna persist throughout the game. And we also learned that Ini Miney and Mimi Miney were sisters. So there's the obvious connection right there. Pearl has finally talked to us. Mia is back. She's saying that the key is the key to solving everything. And at the end there, we were kind of left with this huge cliffhanger of things going horribly wrong and taking a surprising turn. And I was thinking that maybe someone's gonna die again, but like, who would die in this case? So let's just jump right in and see what's actually happening, because it's kind of ramping up. Alright, so this is where we left off. But this day was going to end with a turn for the surprising. Uh-oh. Wait, Mia's lying to us? Or she's holding secrets? Wait, what? Did Morgan do something to Maya and this is not Mia? Okay, hold on a second. If she's lying to us, if this is not really Mia or Maya, I don't know how to pronounce it honestly. I'll just keep going with Mia to keep it clear. If this is Mia, what we heard at the crime scene when the nurse talked to us, if that was supposedly the nurse talking to us and saying how, oh, she finally killed him, blah blah blah, then it's clear that that wasn't really the nurse, and Morgan has done something to Maya and gotten involved with this whole channeling thing, right? So Morgan is somehow implanting either like false memories. Well, I don't know if we can trust what Mia's saying, because I was gonna say she told us about that whole dream thing and how we shouldn't trust it, and how the key is the key. I don't know what's happening. That's right, only I can see the psyche locks. I don't know why there's locks on her. Or maybe she's not lying to us, maybe she's just not telling us something important, which I don't know. Which means Mia must know something about the real murderer. But for this to be something she would hide under the lock and key from, even from me, what in the world is going on? Is it because it's Morgan? Is that why? Huh. Man. Oof. Alright, it's trial time. Baby, trial time. I knew that was gonna be that short. I would have just included that in the last episode. What? Prosecutor Von Karma, you mean? No. I heard his successor. It's his successor this time. Successor? Manfred Von Karma was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks, all so he could win. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. Yeah, he wanted to do that perfect crime. The perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sorts of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. And now his successor, I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be. Maybe they're nothing like One Karma, hopefully. It's no good. Mystic Maya. Early. You showed up. Thanks for coming all this way. I was really worried about you. Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together? Mother is watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks. Oh, that's awful convenient. He doesn't even give a shit. Well then you came all by yourself? Yep. I snuck out of the manor and followed the map. Wow. Don't tell me you walked all the way here. Of course not, I ran. Wow. I can't, oh my, if it takes 2 hours by 2 hours by train? This girl must have been walking for days, dude. It takes 2 hours by train, oh man. Pearly, what about the train? Huh? What's a tray and... I give up. It's time, isn't it? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma. Mr. A.J. Worth? What is that? He's Nick's rival. Well, he is also a friend. Oh, oh my god. I genuinely thought he was in the room and he was like, "Objection! I'm not his friend. What are you talking about?" I still remember him as though I'd seen him only yesterday. Is he gonna show up in this trial and help us? This is dope. This is awesome. This is awesome. They're just pointing fingers. Every trial was a scorchingly fierce battle until the very end. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They do love to object. It was always back and forth with them, but when your rivals for life. Maya, please don't mention that name ever again. Huh? But why, Nick? I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. He's gone. He's not coming back. What? Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean? Court will commence shortly. Please proceed into the courtroom. Yeah, what the hell, man? I wanted to see Edgeworth in this game. Is he really not gonna show up? Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway. Nick? Huh. Yep, it's her. I have seen her before. Court is now in session for the trial of Roy Frey. Are the prosecution and the defense prepared? Oh my god, how? She's doing the same hand thing as Von Karma. What is with this kid? Mr. Wright, are you prepared? Huh? Yes, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me? Mr. Phoenix Wright. You must be a little How can I do it? You must be a little shocked because I'm a woman, correct? Hold on, so she's the famed successor to Prosecutor Von Karma. I am Franziska Von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Revenge? Is this about her father, Manfred Von Karma? If it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you can... Jesus Christ, she has a whip. I'm talking. Jesus Christ, calm down. If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. Why do you have a whip in court, man? Please speak with your mouth like a normal person, I beg you. Jesus, she's actually whipping us. Make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Prosecutor Von Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of Von Karma blood have only one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant, Maya Fey, will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very well. What is the defense position? Your Honor, does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty? Obviously. Yes. Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. Oh, she's got... Didn't Von Karma also do this kind of thing? kind of thing. 15 minutes before this case is over, blah blah blah. Same thing, exactly same manners. That's right, I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time. Well, to be honest, when Von Karma said that it's gonna be over in like 10 minutes, something happened in 10 minutes and was kind of over, but then something else came up if I do remember correctly. Justified self-defense. A plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. We could very easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but... I see. The defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because to plead justified self-defense is to say you did kill someone. Yeah. Wow. How elegant. How foolish. If that's how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I shall now call the first wit. Jesus, I cannot do accents consistently. She's just as scary as her father. Like daughter, I suppose. Uh-oh. I mean, having Lotta and Gumshoe as the witnesses is never a good thing. Witness, your name and occupation? Yes, sir. My name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct. Ah! Get to the point already. Explain to the court the details of this murder. Yes, sir. If everyone will please look at this map. Channeling chamber has no windows and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder... Oh, there's a lot more room behind that than I thought. That folding paper screen thing. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room. Wasn't it the V and a... Oh, victim and killer, okay. What were they doing in there? They were channeling a spirit, sir. Channeling a spirit? That's quite the look of a disbelief there, Your Honor. Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room. Oh, and that's when they found the victim was already dead, correct? It wasn't that quick, though. I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I've ever presided over. Well, yeah, I think we're gonna need that for the folding screen. So how was the victim killed? I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time then. Okay, cause of death. Let's go. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. Shot was fired from point-blank range. Again? Okay. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. Is that when we heard the second gunshot? No, one of them was at the folding screen. Maybe he was... No, we didn't hear a gunshot again. I was gonna say maybe he was shot after he died when we broke in, but we only heard 2 gunshots. So the victim was stabbed before being shot. This is the victim's autopsy report, sir. He was shot in the forehead at point blank range. The court accepts it into evidence. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. Okay. Let's see what we got here. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. Okay. The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it? It was the victim. Oh. It was the victim's. The victim? Now why would he have... Why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point that you are missing is whose fingerprints are on that pistol. You're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start. Fingerprints. There were fingerprints? Along with the victims. The defendant, Maya Face, were also in the grip, sir. What is happening in this case? I'm so confused. Maybe Eeny Miny came out behind the folding screen. Dr. Gray freaked out. He shot at her, but Eeny Miny rushed at him with a knife, stabbed him. His gun fell, and then maybe she used gloves, picked up a gun, shot her, put it in Maya's hand, or shot him, put it in Maya's hand. That would explain the bullet in the folding screen. I don't know. Well, also Morgan was like, oh, my folding screen is so important, blah blah blah, I'm glad nothing happened to it. She failed to mention that there was a bullet hole in the folding screen, and there's no way she wouldn't have noticed that. So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon. I walked right into her hands there. Shot was fired from point blank range. Okay, let's press on that. Keep pressing. Point blank, huh? So how far away is that? It's anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away. How do you know he was shot at point blank? I mean, that's obvious. Desk, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I grow tired of this foolish foolery of this foolish fools of this foolish country. Excuse me? Gunpowder burn. Gunpowder burn. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire, and that gets real hot, pal. And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead. I see. Okay. Wow, never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. Same, man. I didn't know that either. But you should have. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. Stabbed? And what was he stabbed with? Where was the knife? Was it at the scene? A fruit knife. I see, and whose knife was it? It looks like it belongs to Faye's, sir. And of course my Faye's fingerprints are all over it. All over it, huh? This does not look good. Ha ha ha! What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright? The wound was very severe, but not enough oh. How severe was the wound? If it had been a half an inch more to the right, it would have hit the victim's heart. Half an inch to the... really? So... the culprit kind of knows where the heart is, I guess. They're good at doctor stuff. Maybe they were a patient at a surgical clinic. Wait a second. Did Dr. Gray stab himself? Why would he stab himself though? Wait, why would Dr. Gray stab himself? He was a surgeon, so he knows where the heart is, right? But why did I think of that? Wait, did it actually? Now, I know it sounds stupid, but now I'm thinking, wait, did Dr. Gray stab himself on purpose for some reason? After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand. Yeah, I don't think he stabbed himself. That would be stupid. I'm guessing Eeny Miny, you know, prepared this for a while, and she said she was a patient, right? Maybe she was a nurse as well. I think she might have been. I don't know. This testimony makes it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intent to kill. Or maybe Dr. Gray was like, oh my god, she's coming at me with a knife. Let me just dodge half an inch so it doesn't stab my heart or something. I don't know. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot? Yep, sure as you can be. One look at the wounds and you'd come to the same conclusion too, pal. A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. A pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Does it matter? And which was first? Yeah, it does. Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What a pain. That's enough. We have clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the 2 murder weapons with me today. Very well, the court accepts them into evidence. Murder was grazed, 2 shots fired. There's my scent from Gray's fingerprints. A small fruit knife belongs to the face. Huh. The date and time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m. Eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at this time. And 2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them, huh? This does seem like an open and shut case. Naturally. This is going from bad to worse. As if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme. Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there's no room left for doubt, is there? That is quite true, Mr. Wright. Yes? Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? It's the opinion of the court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose. See, just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You will change your plea in less than 10 minutes. What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justified self-defense because now would be the time to do so? This is your final chance. This is a huge decision. I'd better think this through all the way. Well, I genuinely don't think it was Maya. I wonder if this is the wrong decision though. I don't think so, right? If we pled justified self-defense, we would basically be confessing to a murder. After the trial, Maya's life would be ruined, and she'd be labeled a murderer. I can't let that happen. Your Honor. Have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright? The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of a complete acquittal. Jesus, man. Calm down. You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright, detective. Yes, sir? Present the final portion of your testimony, the final strike. Yes, sir. No, see here, proceedings are run by... Jesus Christ, just as controlling as Von Karma, too. Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony. I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence. Ooh, what is it? What is it? The blood? Sorry, pal, but there's even more incriminating piece of evidence. Yeah. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. Is it actually Dr. Gray's blood, though? As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Whose blood is it, though? Maybe that was prepared in advance. So this is the costume. There certainly is evidence of a black spray of blood on this. This piece directly links Maya to Faye to the crime, sir. I see. The court accepts this into evidence. Maya's costume added to the court record. Whose blood is it, man? Tell me. Alright, Mr. Wright. Maya's fingerprints on both murder weapons and blood splatters on her clothes. Yeah. Could this situation get any worse? It just gets more, you know, it just seems like more of a setup. Huh? What's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to sulk off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Please stop calling me by my full name. It's disturbing. Whose blood is it, dude? Tell me. I'm just gonna go straight to you. He's wearing, as you can see, it's covered in blood. Whose blood is it? There's blood on the costume. Oh, shit. Lab results show that it was the victim's blood. Well, that could have still been set up. So there's blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes. Definitely not good. So were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence? Well... Oh, she has a very different voice than I thought. If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. But too bad, not enough time. Let's move on. Oh yes, Miss Von Karma is perfectly correct. Now even the judge is on her side. But if I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do? Press further. Why is Miss Von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. Yeah. There must be something about this costume. Is that a bullet hole in the arm? Maybe Eenie Meenie was wearing this, and then they swapped clothes. I think that's a bullet hole though. I just have to look harder. Mr. Wright, Miss Von Karma's logic is perfect. There's no way for you to poke a hole in it. Ha 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 ha. Good one. There is already a hole, Mr. Judge. There's one little thing. Your Honor. Actually, there's something very wrong with this piece of evidence. What? What are you talking about, pal? Where's this problem you're talking about? I've come this far. There's no turning back now. The problem I have with this piece of evidence is right here. You know, the bullet hole. I can't. My controller is going crazy again. How can I? Okay. I ask the court to please look at the sleeve of this costume. The sleeve? There's a tiny hole here. A hole? But that wasn't in the report. Hold on. What's this around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder. Gunpowder? No one ever told me? A hole that smells of gunpowder. It looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make is that it must have been... it must be a bullet hole, yeah. Okay, so that was the shot that went into the folding screen then, right? Order! 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 This is a very grave matter. Best we correct the court first, before anything else. For the record. Okay. Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir. Is she actually smiling? What else was she hiding? Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That just now was a fluke, nothing more. How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight. Hell yeah, it is. Well, I agree it is a mistake on the part of the police. What Prosecutor Von Karma has said is true. The evidence still stands. You do not find a more definitive problem with the evidence then? No way. Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony. Yes, sir. Kill the person who without it was not fighting back. I don't know about that. We just saw the bullet hole, man. He definitely fought back. He wasn't fighting back? How do you know if he was or wasn't? We could find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal. So did the murderer have a fight with the victim or not? Depending on this, the circumstances around this murder changed drastically. Ah, we're in real trouble now. If only I had something to prove that the victim did fight back. We do now. Upon Karma, she thinks she can decide the verdict with this testimony alone. Well, I'll find a critical contradiction somehow, and then I'll have her. Alright. Objection! Detective Gumshoe. Why are you saying his full name? I thought you didn't like it when others, or as Von Karma said, yours. Yes? Having you call me by my full name is kind of a weird feeling. Yeah. You said that my client killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Yeah, I did. And what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlooked supposed to mean? What does it mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to not fight back? Ah, you're right. It seems you're correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything. Yeah. Now, it could be counted as self-defense, but I don't think she did it. Obviously, she didn't do it, right? Alright, the wind seems to be shifting. Huh. What is with that? Are you finished yet, laugh? Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This one, Karma. It seems that Maya Fey was shot at by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea. That is correct. But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty. Uh-oh. Why, that's right. Which means the defense has yet to prove anything at all. I mean, no, we've gone, you know, by proving this, we've kind of made huge progress. No. Well, yes, that's true. Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense. Huh? Oh, so? Why are you just whipping everyone, dude? Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired at the inn, of course. Huh? You mean by myself? You want me to put together the scenario all by myself? He's super self-aware. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Alright. I think we're gonna have to stop there. A lot happened this episode as well. Well, we just learned that Mia was hiding something from us, but that doesn't mean she was lying to us, and she was very helpful, so I think everything she said still stands. Yeah, Von Karma is I forget her name, I forget her first name here, but it was like Francesca or something, right? She is very much like the Von Karma we knew, with the mannerisms, with the way of speech. She just has a whip, and she whips everyone with it. It's odd, it's strange, but it's, you know, it's very much expected of Phoenix Wright, right? But yeah, right now I don't really have a very good idea of what exactly happened. They're saying there were 2 gunshots. I don't know if that's, well, there's a bullet hole in the dude's forehead and in the folding screen. One possibility is that the culprit was wearing that costume, they were hiding behind the folding screen, they came out with a knife, they were rushing at Dr. Gray, and he noticed that they had a knife and stuff. He whipped out his gun, he shot, he missed, that went into the folding screen through the cloth. He got stabbed. which caused his gun to fall from his hands, right? And then the culprit took the gun and shot him. But that's assuming that he was stabbed first and not shot first. Also, it's a very brutal thing to just shoot someone in the forehead at point blank range. Jesus Christ. I don't know if I completely believe that he was shot first and then stabbed. But anyhow, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.